Something big is happening in America right now. The US government is on the edge of what could become its 15th partial shutdown since 1981. All because lawmakers have failed to agree on how to fund discretionary spending, the portion of the budget that Congress has to renew every year. That's almost 1/4 of the entire $7 trillion federal budget, now hanging in limbo.
A government shutdown occurs when Congress has not completed its budget homework on time. Each year, Congress has to pass a series of 12 appropriations bills to fund a series of agencies, programs, and activities across the federal government. When it cannot do that, however, by September 30th, Article 1 of the Constitution and the Anti-Deficiency Act dictate that both federal agencies are prohibited from spending taxpayer dollars that they don't have to fund those services. And so in that event, that is when government agencies are instructed to shut down.
To understand why Congress is at the center of this crisis, you have to know one thing. In the US, the government cannot spend a single dollar unless Congress approves it. And this is happening at the worst possible moment because Congress still hasn't managed to approve government funding. And right now, Trump and the Senate Democrats are locked in a standoff.
We have seen throughout over the past months that the Trump administration has utilized some of the executive powers afforded to it through the Impoundment Control Act of 1974, and principally the ability for the administration to request of Congress the revision or rescission of a previously appropriated congressional funding.
The Republican bill passed the House, but it can't move in the Senate without around 8 Democrat votes, a clear reason why their consent is needed. Democrats are pushing back hard. They refuse to support a short-term funding bill unless key provisions are fixed. Senate Democrats say they need assurances that the legislation undoes recent Republican cuts to health care before they consider signing on. They say they're ready to risk a shutdown rather than sign what they see as a blank check bill for Republican priorities.
Republicans have put on the table a short-term continuing resolution through November 21st. That continuing resolution is really just a bill that would fund the government at last year's levels and provide additional negotiating time until that date. Whereas, and that's been passed by the House and is now with the Senate when they return on Monday. But what Democrats would also like to see is that this year, there are enhanced premium tax credits available through the Affordable Care Act that will expire on December 31st, which will cause hardship for millions of Americans who access their health insurance through the exchanges.
That means if lawmakers don't agree on a budget by Tuesday, the U.S. could enter into an actual government shutdown. But Congress deadlock isn't the only problem this time. Now more than one lack. Yes, over 100,000 federal workers are expected to quit or be pushed out in a single day. These are the people who keep the U.S. government running, from processing passports and tax refunds to running national parks, air travel systems, healthcare programs, veteran services, disaster relief, everything.
We've also seen many workers have to show up without pay. This is your TSA officers, the FAA, who ensures that flight safety remains safe and continues. Of course, our military servicemen and women. But it's important to note that when it comes to many of these positions, they're required to show up without getting paid.
Why are they leaving? Well, the White House said the one-time cost reduces their longer-term federal government spending. Reports say the Trump administration has been running what it calls a streamlining program, but workers call it a pressure campaign. And here's where it connects to the mass resignations. Agencies were already warning staff that layoffs were possible if funding didn't come through. So many workers saw the writing on the wall. Better to resign now than wait to be officially terminated later. But now will FEMA pause disaster relief during hurricanes or fires? Will Social Security face delays? Will airports and airlines face staffing gaps? Every shutdown in U.S. history has had a domino effect. But this time with a resignation wave happening simultaneously, that domino line could be twice as long. All eyes are on Congress. Will they approve funding in time to prevent a shutdown? If they do, what compromises were made? If they don't, which programs stop first?
We'll continue to talk to the Democrats, but I think you could very well end up with a closed country for a period of time. And we'll take care of the military, we'll take care of Social Security, we'll take care of the things that we have to take care of. A lot of the things that Democrats fight for, which in many cases aren't very good things, will not be able to be paid.
We will keep tracking this story. Stay tuned to Mint.
In a world where business never stops, Mint keeps you ahead, any screen, anytime. From studios to the ground, Mint breaks down business, leadership, and lifestyle, boldly, visually, and smartly. From boardrooms to markets, from personal wealth to industry trends, we bring you the insights that matter.
Mint is doing brilliantly well. It's a well-read page, I would think.
What fuels India's biggest CEOs? Ride along and find out.
I have to work that much harder. I have to put that much more in.
Over the years.
Yes.
Earlier I could say, no, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
But now I can.
Want to invest like the pros? Learn from India's top market experts.
Things like that worry me about markets.
I don't want to buy a house to invest in.
Your money, your future. We make finance simple. Step inside breathtaking homes and the creative minds behind them.
So we are at the house in Camellias. I think Camellias is the most expensive property in the NCR and probably the most expensive in the country.
India's real estate scene decoded. No jargon, no fluff.
Home buyers will have more bargaining power.
It's a great time to buy a house as well.
Some chase success, others create it. Meet the ones who made the impossible possible.
I don't want to be a doctor, I don't want to be an engineer, I don't want to be an accountant. And that's the most fragile thing. Poof, it will go away.
वो ताली ऐसी थी ना, इतनी addictive थी, मैंने कहा बॉस अब तो यही होगा.
We don't just talk business, we show it. And the world's watching.